here at Nerdlocker are still reading our comic books. It's a little bit of a smaller week, but we got some reviews for you. And I am painfully going to start out with The Amazing Spider-Man, number 700. This is the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man before we jump into the Superior Spider-Man. And I don't know how I feel about this yet. The ending was just something I didn't expect, and it seems like a really bold move for Marvel to do this with Spider-Man, Peter Parker, like the Spider-Man we've known our entire comic reading lives. I just don't think this is something that they're going to stick to, and I don't think this is something that's going to last very long. And I sort of just think they're doing this to just get more attention. I feel like Marvel beats up Spider-Man. Ever since the whole divorce thing, even before, I mean, Spider-Man's entire life has been awful. They never cut him a break. All these terrible things just continue to happen, and I don't understand what Marvel has against Peter Parker. So I'm gonna check out Superior Spider-Man, but I don't know what they're going for with this. I don't know the intention behind it, and I'm not really sure why this was done. But I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is something I really, really want to talk about. So if you've read it, let me know. Next up, I got Justice League number 15, part 1 of the Throne of Atlantis story. Crazy things are happening in Atlantis. This is awesome. I feel like not enough people are reading Aquaman, maybe. This is why they felt to do this story that's going to cross through the Justice League and Aquaman. But either way, both are incredible books. And he is such a cool character. I love what Jeff Johns is, or the direction Jeff Johns is turning him in. And this book just sets up for a lot of... I just think this storyline is just going to be a lot of stuff going on. I can't wait to see what they do. But pick this up. This is a great jumping on point. This is a great new start to a story. I'm going to give it 4 to 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey there, nerds. Jim here with my review of Aquaman number 15. Now, like Brandon said, it's Christmas, so it's a little short this week, and we didn't have a lot of books to read. But luckily, the books we did read, fantastic. This picks up right where Justice League number 15 left off with Throne of Atlantis, Part 2. I'll get it out of the way. You have got to read this book. It is phenomenal. Starts off right with a tidal wave taking out Gotham. Aquaman has to save Commissioner Gordon and Harvey Bullock. Crazy. Basically, Aquaman has to convince the Justice League not to go after his brother Orm, saying it's an accident. He's just reacting to the missiles hitting Atlantis. They think they hit Atlantis. He's not getting anywhere. He finally confides in Batman, part of the Atlantean war plan, in case such a thing comes up, and he helped write it with his brother Orm, and he knows what's going to go on, but he doesn't give the whole plan up to Batman. Basically, because of this conversation with Batman, he's able to get a one-time only chance to talk to Orm and convince him, hey, we got to settle this, you need to come and talk, and everything will be cool. It's really cool because Orm does make contact, not on land. He gets a fishing ship, a small like wooden boat, and he goes to the sailors on board. He's like, where's your king? And they're like, yeah, I don't know what you mean. We have a president. And Orm doesn't get it. He doesn't realize that Arthur's not king of the land like he's king of the sea. There is no king. So Arthur does show up and tries to explain a little bit to Orm, explain that the missiles were an accident. They don't know what happened. They're trying to find out. Orm doesn't believe him. Land people are evil. We have to attack. We have to do first strike. Arthur tries to convince him, and all of a sudden the Justice League shows up. Bad news. Arthur thinks he had things in control. He thought he had this chance. Justice League was listening in and heard, there's no way you're going to convince Orm not to continue his attack and not to basically destroy Boston, which was his target. All heck breaks loose. Arthur, I don't want to give it away, but it's fantastic how Arthur reacts. And let's just say, you're going to have to read it. The whole Throne of Atlantis and where it's going. Great storyline. Can't wait to read more. 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls without a doubt.
All right, this here I'm reviewing a prized possession. This is the Fear Agent Omnibus Volume 1. If you've never read Fury Agent, you are missing out. It's written by Rick Remender, art by Tony Moore. This is just incredible. This has always been one of my favorite comic book series, if not my absolute favorite comic book series. And finally having it in this collected edition, this giant omnibus, is just, I've been waiting so long to get my hand, or for this to come out. And I just swooped one up immediately. It's beautiful. You've got a cover gallery in the back, you got some sketch art stuff, and you have the stories. Pages are bigger, the color's beautiful. This is just the best sci-fi story out there ever. You need to be reading this. Great book. Just, I can't say enough good things about this. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
So next up I have Mara, number 1 of 6 from Image Comics. It's set in the future, and it's a world where sponsorship and corporate dollars rule the world, but at the same time, there's a lot of war. So it seems like you're either at war or you're a high-paid, very high-profile professional athlete. And it seems like the sport of choice, at least for women, is volleyball, which I found very interesting and odd. I'm not sure how far in the future this is, but it's just a future. And the main character, Mara, is a world-class star athlete, basically trained since the age of 2. And it's a very interesting setup. While in game, it seems like she's hooked up with a headset to almost broadcast the game or give commentary. Interesting. Okay, cool. I'm going with it. Not much going on, basically giving us a life in this new world. The interesting thing comes basically during the second volleyball match. Was an exhibition, not supposed to mean anything. And she shows basically Matrix-like speed, which isn't supposed to happen. And then it's over. Basically, the book is over. So it starts off with this everyday life in the future, and then we see this supernatural power, which is even supernatural in the future. So at first, I wasn't very interested in the book. It was okay. But then with this, I'm piqued my curiosity. I'm like, what is going on? What do we have here? Where is this going? It definitely will get me to number 2, and I'm going to go ahead and give this book 3 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.